Good morning, guys. My name is Elsa Ronde. Welcome to this vlog. I am starting by recording the sunrise. I woke up and found a beautiful sunrise. I could not resist recording, guys. I am recording this from my kitchen. I always receive sunrise in my house. Look how it reflects my house, the walls. My house is usually yellow, guys. I love this moment of my day. This is how it looks. It always reflects the house. It's just a bright day to start a new day with this. And this is now the sun has started to be a little bit strong. Look at it. So I decided to start the day by washing utensils from last night's dinner. This habit I've been trying to do away with it, to just wash the utensils after dinner, but it has been tough. That time I'm usually tired, I'm usually sleepy. So I usually just arrange them neatly, then I go to sleep. So I just use Morning Fresh to wash my utensils because our water is hard water and cannot do bar soap. I tried bar soap and it was just forming greasy. After washing your utensils, you see a greasy substance. So I had to change to these pastes, which have been good, but they zinaisha haraka sana. That small container of the paste cannot even last a week. I think it lasts only 3 days to maximum 5. It can't stay for a week. My sufurias I use Ushindi bar soap, the blue one. This is because they make my sufurias to shine, and who does not want their sufurias to shine, especially if you're using the normal sufurias like me. Meanwhile, after washing the dishes, I go to my cooker and start wiping off the dirt before washing it. Again, I just wash it with Morning Fresh and water that contains this liquid, this, what is it called? Apple cider vinegar. After wiping off the dirt, I just take my sponge and apply Morning Fresh to it and scrub gently the surfaces because I also don't want the paints from the cooker to come off. You do it gently everywhere, anywhere there is grease, even on the hot plate, you scrub it because grease won't come out with just normal water and normal soap. I know there are soaps for washing cooker, but this is what I can have for now and this is what I can use, and it is working pretty well. I scrub it. I also wash the glass top. After I have seen the grease is out, I just dip the cloth in the water containing vinegar and wipe it off. So this is the vinegar that I use to wipe my cooker, and it really works so well. Apple cider vinegar has helped my cooker because we have hard water, and of course hard water has a lot of salt. This salt causes the cooker to start rusting, the metal part of the cooker to start rusting. I found this hack from my sister-in-law who lives in Coast, where the water is salty and hard. Her cooker had started rusting, and she told me every time you cook or you wipe your cooker, you're supposed to use vinegar. It helps with the rust. You see here, it had started to rust. Now I just wipe it with vinegar and all is good. After we took our breakfast, it was time for the fridge to wash the fridge. I always wash my fridge twice a month. That is in the beginning of the month and mid-month, depending on how the fridge. It also depends on how dirty the fridge is. So in mid-month when I am restocking, again if the fridge is dirty, I wash it. I was only left with one tomato. This really needed a restock. Morning Fresh. Morning Fresh or Pride or Rushindi, I've used them all. They remove all the stains and the grease. It has worked for me. I have used it. I have seen the magic they do. That is Ushindi. I mostly love Ushindi. But as long as it is a paste, anything, be it Ushindi, be it Pride, be it Morning Fresh, as long as it is a paste, it will work well with greasy things. After I cleaned my fridge with soapy water, I rinse it with clean water, clean pure water first, in and out. After rinsing it with the first water, I pour it and add another water which has drops of apple cider vinegar. Again, apple cider vinegar comes in handy while washing your fridge. This is because it is acidic and it helps to maintain the freshness of the fridge. After I had finished washing the fridge, I left it open for it to dry. Again, we once traveled and we forgot to open our fridge. Now, after we came back, we found molds had grown into our fridge and we felt so bad. You see, there where the light is, there are still some molds there. We have not yet found time or the screwdriver to open those screws to remove them. I believe my husband will find time and open it. So I had left my fridge open after I had finished washing it, and I had forgotten that I had switched off the light from the fridge. So the freezer had started to defrost and water was trickling down. So I had to switch back the light so that the freezer would freeze and stop dropping water. I had to wipe it off and wait it again for it to dry. Meanwhile, I went to wash the other parts of the fridge, and these are the other parts of the fridge. I have put them out to dry. It was time for the vegetable rack. This is another one that gets really dusty and stains from the vegetables, leaks from pineapples, from when you buy pineapples and they start leaking. I also had to wash them first before restocking other vegetables on it. And of course, my little helper, my daughter, came to help mommy with her work and to play with water. I sometimes let her play with water, especially when the weather is hot. This day, the sun was shining bright and the weather was hot. So I just let her do her thing, enjoy herself kidogo. Beside the other parts of the fridge for them to dry as I went and took my bath and start preparing our lunch. Meanwhile, I left my daughter with my husband at the balcony. She was just enjoying herself with water there, doing her thing. After we had taken our lunch, this was afternoon, it was time to bring back the compartments of the fridge inside and the vegetable rack back to its place and arrange them so that after we were back from the shopping, I come and arrange the things that we had bought. Now this is me putting back the compartment and just arranging everything where it's supposed to be. Now this is how the fridge looks like, fresh and clean. Everything is clean, it's smelling fresh, now ready to receive new things. After we came back from the shopping, it was nighttime. I couldn't record the previous night. So this is the next day. I had already washed everything, packed everything, and cleaned everything that was supposed to be cleaned and arranged them where they were supposed to be. So this is the vegetable rack. I usually arrange the vegetables and the foods that cannot fit in the fridge. And this is Uji flour for my daughter. I usually buy from the cereal shop. So this was the next day. I decided to wash the shears and of course wash the curtains too. You can't wash the curtains or the shears and leave the windows. So it was a new month with new things. So this was me taking down my shears to wash them. I know I don't have the best shears, but I'm planning to buy curtains and shears and redo the roads. You see how the roads are looking? They don't reach to the end of the window. I'm planning when I buy my shears, I redo the roads again. So I decided to show how the roads were dusty, and whenever I wash my curtains or shears, I also wipe my roads. Just look how dusty they are. Immediately I had finished washing clothes and decided to hang them on the hanging lines. The rain started. I quickly hung them before it became big. Little did I know that it was coming with a strong wind, so I had to hold on to my clothes because the hanging lines were being blown away by the strong wind. Look how I held this curtain to the door so that it can hold the other hanging lines. I couldn't continue with the work that I had planned that day because after the rain stopped, I had to stop and cook lunch, prepare lunch for my daughter. We eat, we take a bath. So this was the next day. I had to wipe the windows, the walls near the window. Look how black that road was. And this is now me showing you how my windows were dirty. I had to wipe, clean all the windows, change water if where I needed to change water, and just clean. Entrance, this is where we enter when you come from outside. It was also dirty, but not that dirty because whenever I mop I usually wipe it. I have no rod there because it fell. This is the kitchen door. This is another dusty door because that is where the balcony is, where all the dust comes in from. I also had to wipe the roads and they were very dirty. This road is also loose because it was not put properly. When I want to buy a shear on this door, I will also make the roads. This is another dusty place. This is the top wall where I cook. A lot of steam and dust mixes here and just makes it looks black. So I decided to also wipe it out with clean water and water that has jig, a little bit of jig and omo. That is all I use whenever. This window is not on the outer part of the house, it is in the inner part of the apartment where we live, so it is not that dusty. I just wiped it fast and it and this is the water that these two windows, because I had already changed water severally. Later on the day, I decided to do a deep conditioning for my daughter's hair, and this is what I used. This is a deep conditioning that helps strengthen her hair. This is my daughter's hair. It has really grown because I have been using rice water. I will show you in another video how I use rice water to grow my daughter's hair. This is the avocado that I was using, and I really felt painful. I had to use the one that came out small because this avocado was too good to be used on hair. Now this is my daughter's hair after I had applied, and this brings us to the end of the video. Thanks for watching.